Lauren opened his eyes slowly. The first thing he noticed was the soft, warm light filling the room. It was not the harsh white light of the ship's medical bay, nor the golden glow of the sun on his home planet. This light seemed alive. It shifted gently, changing colors from soft green to pale blue, and it made everything around him feel calm. For a moment, Lauren could not remember where he was or how he had arrived here. He tried to move, but his body felt heavy and strange. There was no pain, only a dull ache in his muscles. He glanced around and saw walls that shimmered like liquid glass. Strange plants with delicate leaves glowed faintly at the edges of the room. They bent slightly as if acknowledging his presence. The air smelled fresh and cool, and Lauren felt a soft vibration under his back as if the floor itself was breathing. Then he noticed her. An alien woman stood beside him. Her skin was smooth and pale with a faint silver tint, and her eyes were large and gentle, reflecting the shifting light around them. Her hair floated softly around her shoulders as if underwater, and her presence made Lauren feel both surprised and calm. She wore simple robes that shimmered like the walls, moving slightly without wind. She smiled at him, a small warm gesture that made his chest feel lighter. "You are awake," she said. Her voice was soft, melodic, and comforting. "You were talking in your sleep." Lauren tried to speak but found his mouth dry. I do not remember," he whispered. His words felt awkward in this strange place. The alien woman knelt beside him. "It is all right. You were hurt and you needed rest. I am Nira. I am the healer of this place. You are safe now." Lauren blinked, trying to understand. "Healer? Hurt? Where am I?" "You are on our planet," Nira said. "You were injured during your exploration mission. You are far from your world, but you are alive. That is what matters." Lauren's mind raced. He remembered fragments of the last mission. He had been exploring a rocky, barren area on a distant planet. Something had happened, a sudden energy storm or maybe a misstep, and then darkness. He remembered falling, then nothing. Now he was awake and everything around him was strange, beautiful, and peaceful. He tried to sit up, but Nira gently placed a hand on his shoulder. Her touch was warm but strange, almost like light passing through skin. "Do not move too quickly," she said. "Your body needs time." Lauren nodded, though he felt an eagerness to explore, to understand where he was. His curiosity was stronger than his fear. He looked around and noticed that the room seemed alive. The walls shifted slightly when he moved his eyes. Small glowing creatures floated near the ceiling, tiny points of light with delicate wings, and plants bent toward him as if curious. It was unlike anything he had seen before. "You are curious," Nira said, as if reading his thoughts. "That is good. Curiosity is what leads to growth and understanding." Lauren smiled weakly. "Yes, I am always curious. I want to know what this place is." Nira's eyes glimmered. "You will learn in time. But first you must regain your strength. Your body was injured, but your mind must be at ease." She extended her hand and a soft golden light flowed from her palm toward Lauren. The sensation was strange but comforting. It felt as if warmth was moving through his muscles and bones, stitching them back together. The ache in his body slowly faded, replaced by energy and clarity. "This is amazing," Lauren whispered. "I have never felt anything like it." Nira smiled. "Our healing uses energy from within and around us. It is natural and gentle. You do not need to fear it." Lauren looked at her, studying her carefully. Her face was gentle and calm, but her eyes had a depth he could not understand. "Are all of your people like you?" he asked. She paused, thinking. "We value life and knowledge. We strive to live in balance with our world and with each other. Not all are healers, but all share a respect for life and learning." Lauren nodded. He felt a strange sense of hope. Humans often fought among themselves. Here there was peace. There was knowledge. There was a way to grow without harming. He wanted to learn more. "Can I walk?" he asked after a moment, testing his strength. Nira helped him to his feet. Lauren felt light and strong, though he was careful with each step. As he looked around, he noticed that the chamber had more than just walls and glowing plants. There were smooth platforms that seemed to float slightly above the ground. Small, intricate devices hovered near them, moving slowly as if alive. The whole place felt like a blend of nature and technology, working together without conflict. "You are ready to see more of our world," Nira said, "but you must move slowly. Everything here is delicate and everything is connected." Lauren followed her, his eyes wide with wonder. They walked through a corridor where the walls curved like gentle waves. Light moved along the surfaces like rivers, guiding their steps. He noticed other beings in the distance moving gracefully, their forms both human-like and alien. They did not speak loudly, but they communicated in gestures and small pulses of light that seemed to carry meaning. Do they all communicate like that? Lauren asked. Yes, Nira said. We use sound, light, and energy to understand each other. Words are not always needed. Understanding can be felt. Lauren tried to imagine how that could work. He had spent his life relying on words. To feel understanding directly, to know what someone meant without speech seemed impossible. Yet he sensed it already working on him. He felt calm, connected, and slightly overwhelmed all at once. They entered a large chamber filled with floating platforms and softly glowing pools of water. Strange plants leaned over the pools, their leaves glowing faintly. Lauren could see creatures swimming in the water, creatures that shimmered like liquid glass and moved gracefully. Some of the other beings were interacting with the water, their hands moving in patterns that caused light and energy to swirl around them. This is our gathering place, Nira explained. Here we learn, share, and connect with each other and with our world. Lauren walked carefully along the platforms. He could feel the energy of the place flowing through him, making him feel stronger and more awake than he had ever felt. It is beautiful, he said. I have never seen anything like this, Nira nodded. Beauty is everywhere if you know how to see it. Here we have learned to see the energy of life itself. Lauren's curiosity grew stronger. He wanted to touch, to explore, to understand every part of this world. But he remembered Nira's words about moving slowly. He followed her guidance, watching and learning, his mind open and eager. As they walked, Nira explained more about their culture. We believe every being has value. We learn from each other, from nature, and from the universe. Conflict is rare because we seek understanding first. Lauren felt a warmth in his chest. Humans often fought without reason. Here was a civilization that had chosen peace, knowledge, and cooperation. He wondered if humans could ever reach such a state. Finally, they reached a quiet space filled with soft, glowing moss and floating lights. Nira gestured for him to sit. Rest here for a while. You have seen much already and your mind needs time to adjust. Lauren sat, looking around at the gentle glow. He felt a sense of calm he had never known. Nira, he said softly, thank you for helping me. For everything, she smiled. It is my duty and my choice. You are curious, and curiosity is a gift. Your presence here will teach you many things, and perhaps you will teach us as well. Lauren nodded, feeling the truth in her words. He leaned back, letting the soft light wash over him. For the first time in a long time, he felt safe, alive, and ready to learn. He closed his eyes, letting the gentle energy of the room flow through him, and drifted into a peaceful rest. The soft glow of the chamber seemed to hum around him, and for the first time Lauren wondered not about what had happened, but about what he might discover. The universe was vast, strange, and full of wonders, and he was here alive on the edge of something extraordinary. When Lauren opened his eyes again, the soft light of the chamber had faded into a gentle morning glow. The floating lights above twinkled faintly like distant stars, and the glowing plants bent slightly as if greeting him. He sat up slowly, feeling stronger than the day before. The aches and stiffness from his injury were gone. He realized that Nira's healing was more than physical. It had left him alert, awake, and full of energy. Nira stood nearby, her eyes calm and gentle. She smiled when she saw Lauren moving. You are ready to see more of our world, she said. But first you must learn our ways. You will not understand everything immediately, but with patience understanding will grow. Lauren nodded. He was eager. His curiosity burned brighter than ever. I want to learn, he said. I want to see your city, your people, and your way of life. Nira gestured for him to follow, and together they left the chamber. The corridor outside was even more breathtaking than he remembered. The walls curved and shimmered like liquid silver, and soft glowing lines traced patterns along the surfaces. Every step they took made a faint hum, as if the floor itself was alive. Lauren looked around in awe. This place feels alive, he said. Yes, Nira replied. Everything here is connected. Our buildings, our plants, our energy, and our people. All life has value, and all energy is respected. You will see this as you move through our city. As they walked, Lauren noticed creatures of many shapes and sizes moving gracefully through the city. Some were tall and humanoid like Nira. Others had long flowing forms that glimmered in the soft light. Small floating devices moved gently alongside them, carrying tools or supplies. None of the beings seemed to rush. Everything was calm, measured, and purposeful. Lauren felt a sense of peace he had never experienced before. "Do they all live here?" Lauren asked, pointing to the creatures. Nira smiled. "Yes, all of us are part of this world. We live in harmony with each other and the planet itself. Each being has a role, and we all respect each role." They came to a large open space filled with floating platforms, glowing pools of water, and delicate plants that emitted soft light. The platforms hovered above the ground, connected by thin streams of energy that pulsed gently. Lauren stepped carefully, feeling the faint vibration beneath his feet. Around him, beings communicated in a language of light and subtle sounds. Waves of color and soft pulses moved through the air as if the city itself were alive. Lauren turned to Nira. "How do you communicate with each other?" "Words are not always needed," she said. "We use light, energy, and subtle vibrations. Understanding can be shared directly without speech. It is precise and gentle, and it allows us to know each other clearly." Lauren tried to focus, watching the patterns of light and motion around him. Slowly, he began to sense meaning. A soft blue pulse meant curiosity. A golden glow meant agreement, and a flowing wave of green signaled kindness. He realized he was beginning to understand their language, not with words but with feeling. "This is incredible," Lauren whispered. "I can feel what they are saying," Nira nodded. "You have a strong mind and a kind heart. It is easier for you than for others." As they moved through the city, Nira explained more about their culture. "We believe that every being has potential, every life has meaning, and every mind can learn. Conflict is rare because we seek understanding first. We value knowledge, curiosity, and cooperation." Lauren thought of humans on Earth. Often they fought for power or resources, rarely taking time to understand each other. He felt a pang of sadness but also a growing hope. Perhaps humans could learn from this. They arrived at a large structure filled with moving energy streams. The walls were transparent, showing the city outside. Inside, beings were learning and experimenting with energy, using it to grow plants, shape objects, and create art. Lauren watched in awe as energy flowed from one being to another, forming beautiful shapes in midair. "What is this place?" Lauren asked. "This is our learning center," Nira said. "Here we explore, create, and share knowledge. Every being contributes in their own way, and all knowledge is shared freely. Learning is a lifelong process, and it is a joy, not a burden." Lauren felt inspired. On Earth, knowledge was often hoarded or used for selfish purposes. Here, learning was pure and shared with love. He wanted to explore, to participate, to understand everything. Nira led him to a section where energy creatures moved in harmony with the students. These creatures glowed softly, changing colors with the patterns of thought around them. Lauren reached out his hand, and a small creature floated toward him, touching his palm with a gentle warmth. It pulsed softly, and for a moment Lauren felt its thoughts, its curiosity, and its joy. "They feel emotions like we do," Lauren said, amazed. "Yes," Nira said. "They are intelligent and connected to our energy. We learn from each other. You will see that everything here has purpose and meaning." Lauren spent the rest of the morning exploring the learning center with Nira. He tried controlling small energy streams, moving them with thought and intention. At first he struggled, but Nira guided him patiently. Slowly he began to feel the flow of energy and how it responded to his focus. He created small shapes, simple and imperfect, but he smiled with pride. "You have talent," Nira said. "Your mind is quick to learn. With time, you will understand more than you imagine." They walked outside to a platform overlooking the city. Below, Lauren could see the flowing streets, the floating bridges, and the beings moving gracefully among them. The city was alive, not just with technology, but with energy, thought, and cooperation. "Your city is beautiful," Lauren said softly. "It feels alive, like it is thinking and feeling." Nira nodded. "It is alive. Every being, every plant, every structure is connected. We respect life and energy. That is why we thrive. That is why we are strong." Lauren looked out across the city, thinking of Earth. He wished humans could see this. Perhaps they could learn. Perhaps they could grow. A sense of purpose stirred in him, stronger than curiosity. He wanted to carry this knowledge back home, to show what humans could achieve when they valued cooperation, understanding, and respect for life. Nira noticed his thoughts. "You are thinking about your world," she said gently. "That is good. Learning here will help you understand your own world better." Remember, you can grow and you can teach. Every being has the power to make a difference. Lauren nodded, feeling the truth of her words. He thought about the challenges humans faced, the conflicts, the misunderstandings, and the endless struggles for power. He realized that if even a small part of what he had seen here could reach Earth, it might inspire change. They continued exploring the city, visiting gardens where plants glowed softly and responded to touch, and workshops where beings crafted objects with flowing energy. Lauren was amazed at the creativity and harmony he witnessed. Every action, every movement seemed purposeful and thoughtful. There was no waste, no destruction, only creation and learning. As the sun of the alien planet began to shift toward evening, casting a soft golden light across the city, Lauren and Nira returned to the chamber where he had first awakened. Lauren felt tired but happy. He had seen wonders, learned new ways of thinking, and felt the gentle energy that connected everything. "Thank you, Nira," Lauren said sincerely. "I have seen so much and I have learned already. I want to understand more. I want to learn how to help, how to grow." Nira smiled, her eyes warm and calm. "That is good, Lauren. Curiosity and compassion are gifts. You will need both as you continue your journey. Rest now. Tomorrow will bring more discoveries and lessons." Lauren lay down, feeling the soft energy of the room wrapping around him like a blanket. He thought about the city, the beings, and the lessons he had learned. A sense of peace filled him, and he realized that he had found something precious: hope, inspiration, and the beginning of understanding. Before sleep claimed him, Lauren looked at Nira one last time. She smiled back, and he felt a silent connection, a bond that went beyond words. In her eyes he saw encouragement, wisdom, and trust. He knew that he was safe, that he was learning, and that he was growing. The soft glow of the chamber pulsed gently like a heartbeat. Lauren closed his eyes, feeling the energy of the city and the planet itself. Tomorrow he would see more. Tomorrow he would continue his journey of discovery. And he knew that each step he took would teach him something new about this alien world, about himself, and about the possibilities that lay ahead for humans in the universe. For the first time in a long time, Lauren felt not only alive, but inspired. He had seen what cooperation, respect, and understanding could achieve. He had seen a civilization that valued life and learning above all else, and he knew that one day perhaps humans could rise to that same level. With a deep breath, Lauren let himself drift into sleep, ready for the discoveries that awaited him in the days to come. Lauren woke to a soft light filtering through the chamber. The room was calm and filled with gentle energy. He stretched and felt stronger than ever. His muscles were agile, his mind clear, and a strange excitement hummed in his chest. Today, Nira had promised to guide him deeper into the city, to help him understand their culture and the ways they lived. When Lauren stepped out of the chamber, Nira was waiting for him. She smiled as always, radiating calm and warmth. "Today you will see how we live, learn, and grow," she said. "You will also begin to understand the connections that hold our city together." Lauren followed her through the shimmering corridors. The walls curved like flowing water, and the light that moved along them seemed to react to their steps. Small creatures floated around, glowing faintly. Some waved delicate appendages toward Lauren, and he noticed that when he focused, he could sense curiosity and friendliness from them. "Everything here responds to attention and energy," Nira explained. "Even the smallest beings have awareness. Life is not separate from the world. It flows through all things." As they walked, Lauren asked, "Do all humans understand this? Could we ever learn?" Nira's eyes reflected a thoughtful calm. "Understanding takes time, patience, and openness. Humans have potential. You have curiosity, and curiosity leads to growth. That is why you are here." They reached a garden unlike any Lauren had seen. The ground was soft and glowing faintly. Plants of every shape and color stretched toward the light. Some moved gently as if waving. Small streams of water floated in mid-air, bending in curves and spirals before landing in glowing pools. The entire garden seemed alive, humming quietly, resonating with energy. "This is where we connect with life," Nira said. "Here we learn about growth, energy, and harmony. All beings come here to practice and to understand." Lauren knelt beside a plant that glimmered softly. He reached out and the leaves curved toward his hand. A warmth spread through his palm. He gasped softly, amazed. It reacts to me. It feels my touch." "Yes," Nira said. "Every living thing has energy. When you respect it, it responds. This is the first lesson of our world. To grow, you must learn to give and receive energy. You must respect life. Lauren spent hours exploring the garden with Nira. She guided him in simple exercises to sense energy, to focus on the flow around him. At first it was subtle, almost invisible, but gradually he felt currents, gentle waves of warmth and movement passing through his hands and body. The plant seemed to sing silently, responding to his thoughts. "You are learning quickly," Nira said. "Your mind is open and your heart is gentle. That combination is rare. Most beings take many cycles to feel what you now sense." Lauren felt proud but humble. He realized that he was not just learning a skill, he was experiencing a way of being. Here, thought, energy, and feeling were one. Respect, curiosity, and focus shaped how one interacted with the world. After the garden, Nira led him to a large plaza where other beings were gathered. Some were teaching, some were learning, and some were simply observing. Lauren noticed that everyone moved with purpose and calm. There was no rush, no shouting, no harshness. Every action seemed deliberate and meaningful. "This is our community space," Nira explained. "Here, beings share knowledge, teach skills, and support each other. Cooperation is natural. Conflict is rare because understanding is always sought first." Lauren watched as a group of young beings learned to guide energy into small, glowing shapes. They concentrated and tiny forms floated above their hands. Some shapes changed colors as the energy shifted. Lauren felt a spark of excitement. He wanted to try. "Would you like to participate?" Nira asked. "Yes," Lauren said eagerly. She guided him to a quiet corner. "Focus on the energy within you first," she instructed. "Do not think about failure or success. Just feel." Lauren closed his eyes and took a deep breath. He felt the energy in his body, a subtle warmth that pulsed with his heartbeat. He extended his hand slowly, imagining the flow moving outward. At first nothing happened. Then a faint glow formed between his palms. The glow pulsed gently as if alive. He opened his eyes in surprise. The other beings turned toward him, observing silently. Nira smiled. "You feel it. You are connected." Encouraged, Lauren focused more. The glow grew brighter, forming a small, soft shape that floated between his hands. He laughed softly, amazed. "I did it," he whispered. "Yes," Nira said softly. "You are learning the way of our world. But remember, power is not the goal. Understanding is. Connection is." Lauren nodded, feeling the truth of her words. He had never imagined that learning could feel like this. It was not about memorizing facts or achieving tasks. It was about feeling, sensing, and connecting. After the exercises, Nira took Lauren to a quiet platform overlooking the city. From above, he could see the flowing streets, the floating bridges, and the glowing towers. The city pulsed with energy, not just from technology, but from every being, every plant, every stream of flowing light. It was alive. "Every being contributes," Nira said. "Nothing is wasted. Energy, thought, and action flow together. We thrive because we respect life and knowledge." Lauren absorbed the view, feeling a deep sense of wonder. "Your people are amazing. I have never seen anything like this. I want humans to see it someday." Nira tilted her head slightly. "Perhaps one day they will. But first you must understand the principles. Curiosity, patience, respect, and focus. Humans have potential. You have potential." They continued their exploration, visiting workshops where beings shaped energy into tools, objects, and beautiful forms. Lauren tried his hand at creating a small floating sculpture. At first it wavered and fell apart. Nira encouraged him to concentrate, to sense the flow rather than control it. Slowly the shape stabilized, shimmering gently in the air. Lauren's heart swelled with pride. "You are learning not just to create but to understand," Nira said. "That is what matters most." After the workshops, Nira led Lauren to a quiet place by a soft glowing stream. They sat together, watching small creatures swim gracefully. Lauren felt a sense of calm wash over him. "I have learned so much today," he said softly. "Not just skills, but how to see the world differently." Nira smiled. "That is the greatest lesson. Seeing the world differently allows you to grow. Understanding energy, life, and connection is more important than any skill. You are beginning to understand yourself and the universe at the same time." Lauren felt a deep gratitude. He had always been curious, always seeking knowledge. But this was different. Here, learning was not separate from living. It was living. Every thought, every action, every moment was a lesson. As the alien sun began to set, casting golden light over the city, Lauren and Nira returned to the chamber. Lauren lay down feeling tired but exhilarated. His mind buzzed with new ideas, sensations, and understanding. "Nira," he said softly, "I feel changed. I understand more about life, about connection. I want to continue learning." "You will," Nira said gently. "Each day brings new discoveries. You have curiosity, compassion, and focus. That combination will take you far. But now, rest. Energy grows in sleep as well as in learning." Lauren closed his eyes, feeling the gentle pulse of the chamber around him. The soft glow of light, the hum of life, and the warmth of Nira's presence comforted him. He realized that this was only the beginning. There were countless wonders to see, countless lessons to learn, and he would face them with curiosity, respect, and courage. As sleep claimed him, Lauren thought of the city, the beings, and the energy flowing through everything. He felt a growing sense of responsibility. He was a visitor here, but he was also learning what it meant to grow, to connect, and to respect life. One day he hoped humans could understand these lessons too. For now, he let himself rest, knowing that tomorrow would bring new discoveries, new challenges, and new opportunities to learn. He felt ready, alive, and inspired, and as he drifted into sleep, he felt the gentle pulse of the alien world around him, a rhythm of life, growth, and harmony that filled him with hope for the future. Lauren woke to a soft hum of energy flowing through the chamber. The golden light of the alien sun had risen higher, filling the city with a gentle warmth. He stretched and felt ready for the day ahead. Nira had promised something different today. He did not yet know what it would be, but he felt a mix of curiosity and excitement. When he stepped into the corridor, Nira was waiting, her calm expression unchanged. "Today you will see how our city faces challenges," she said. "Understanding is important, but action is necessary when the balance of life is threatened." Lauren followed her quickly. The corridor shimmered with soft light, and the floating creatures darted around them, curious and playful. The city seemed calm, but a subtle tension hummed through the energy. Lauren could feel it. Something was different today. They arrived at a large platform overlooking the city. Below, Lauren saw energy flows moving strangely. The normally smooth currents of light pulsed violently, and some of the floating platforms wobbled. Creatures that usually moved gracefully now swirled erratically. Lauren's heart quickened. "What is happening?" he asked. Nira's calm voice carried over the hum of energy. "A disturbance from the planet's core has reached the surface. Energy storms are forming. If left unchecked, the floating platforms and buildings will be unstable. The city could be damaged." Lauren felt a surge of concern. "Is it dangerous?" "For the unprepared, yes. But with understanding and focus, we can stabilize it," Nira said. "I will guide you. Your human ingenuity, combined with our knowledge, may help." They moved quickly through the city. Lauren noticed beings guiding energy flows, using focus and gestures to stabilize the currents. The city was alive, but the disturbance had disrupted its usual harmony. He saw small creatures affected by the pulses glowing erratically as if in distress. Nira turned to him. "We will work together. First, you must sense the flow of energy, as you have practiced. Feel where the disturbance is strongest." Lauren closed his eyes and extended his hands. He felt the energy as he had in the garden, but now it was chaotic, uneven, and overwhelming. A shiver ran through him. The currents pulsed violently, and his mind struggled to follow. "You can do this," Nira said softly. "Do not control the energy, sense it. Guide it gently." Lauren focused. Slowly he felt small pockets of calm within the storm. He moved his hands following the flow, nudging the currents toward stability. The golden light around him pulsed in response. Nira mirrored his movements, their energy blending. Together they began to restore balance. "Good," Nira said. "You are learning to work with the world, not against it." "That is the first step." Lauren's confidence grew, and the pulsing currents began to respond more smoothly. He noticed that the small glowing creatures were calming as well. Energy flowed in gentle waves, and the floating platform stopped wobbling. He realized that his understanding of energy was now being tested in real time. Suddenly, a stronger pulse surged from the core, knocking him off balance. Lauren stumbled, but Nira caught him. "Keep focus," she instructed. "Do not panic. Use your mind, your heart, and your hands together." Lauren took a deep breath. He closed his eyes again, feeling the storm not as a threat, but as a challenge to be understood. Slowly, he extended his hands, letting energy flow through him. The currents bent gently toward his guidance, forming smoother lines of light. Nira mirrored his movements, their actions synchronized. Minutes passed, though they felt like hours. Lauren could feel the energy responding, stabilizing under their combined focus. The storm weakened, the floating platform steadied, and the small creatures glowed softly, no longer erratic. The city's harmony began to return. "You are doing well," Nira said. "Your mind is quick and your heart is steady. That is why humans have potential. You learn not just from observation, but from experience." Lauren felt a surge of pride. He had never imagined that he could help an entire alien city. The lessons from the garden, the workshops, and the learning center had prepared him for this moment. He realized that knowledge was powerful, but action combined with understanding was even stronger. As they continued, Lauren noticed that some energy streams were still unstable. Nira guided him to a particularly strong current that pulsed erratically above the central plaza. "This one is critical," she said. "If it is not stabilized, many of the surrounding platforms could be affected." Lauren approached cautiously. The pulse was strong, almost overwhelming. He could feel it pressing against him, testing his focus. "I can do this," he whispered to himself. He reached out, sensing the rhythm of the energy, following its fluctuations. Nira mirrored him again, their actions synchronized. Together they nudged the energy, guiding it toward calm. The pulsing slowed, forming gentle waves that flowed in harmony with the city. Lauren felt a deep satisfaction. He had not only helped restore balance, but had experienced the true connection between himself, the energy, and the world around him. After several cycles of work, the city's energy returned to its normal rhythm. The floating platforms floated steadily, the creatures moved gracefully, and the currents of light flowed smoothly. The storm from the core had passed, leaving a sense of calm and renewed vitality. Lauren collapsed onto a nearby platform, breathing heavily but smiling. "We did it," he said. "I never thought I could do something like this." Nira placed a hand on his shoulder. "You did not do it alone. You learned, you focused, and you worked with the world, not against it. That is the lesson. Understanding, cooperation, and patience can overcome even great challenges." Lauren looked out at the city, feeling a deep connection to the beings, the energy, and the place itself. He realized that humans could learn so much from this. Cooperation, patience, and understanding were as important as strength or knowledge. "Your people are incredible," Lauren said softly. "I wish humans could see this." "We could learn so much," Nira smiled. "Perhaps one day they will. But first you must continue your growth. You are learning more than skills. You are learning how to see, feel, and act in harmony with life." As they walked back through the city, Lauren noticed the other beings acknowledging him with soft pulses of light. Some bowed slightly, some extended gentle waves. He understood them. They were thanking him. "Not for power, not for skill, but for participation, understanding, and respect, you see?" Nira said. "Even in challenge, learning and growth are possible. You contributed not for reward, but for connection. That is what makes a civilization strong." Lauren felt a warmth in his chest. He had been afraid at first, overwhelmed by the storm, unsure of his ability to help. But he had faced the challenge, learned from it, and worked alongside Nira and the city itself. He realized that humans, too, could rise to challenges when guided by curiosity, respect, and cooperation. As the alien sun began to set, casting a golden glow across the city, Lauren and Nira returned to the chamber where he had first awakened. Lauren lay down, exhausted but exhilarated. His mind replayed every moment of the challenge, every wave of energy he had guided, every small creature that had pulsed with life around him. "Nira," he said softly, "I understand more now. Not just about your world, but about myself. Challenges are not just obstacles. They are lessons." "Yes," Nira said, smiling gently. "Life presents challenges to test understanding and growth. You faced it with patience, focus, and cooperation. That is why you succeeded. You are learning to see the world as it is and as it can be." Lauren closed his eyes, feeling the calm energy of the chamber. The city had faced the storm, and he had helped restore balance. He felt a sense of accomplishment, but more importantly, he felt connected to something greater than himself. The lessons he had learned today would stay with him forever. Before sleep claimed him, Lauren thought of the city, of Nira, and of the challenge they had overcome together. He realized that humans could achieve great things if they learned to work with understanding and respect. One day he hoped they would. For now, he let himself rest, knowing that tomorrow would bring new discoveries, new lessons, and new opportunities to grow. He felt ready, alive, and inspired, and as he drifted into sleep, he carried the memory of the storm, the energy and the harmony that had followed, knowing that he was becoming part of something extraordinary. Lauren woke to the gentle glow of the alien sun, streaming through the chamber where he had spent the night. He stretched, feeling rested and alert. Today was different. He sensed it immediately. There was a quiet energy in the city, a calm but vibrant rhythm that seemed to acknowledge him. Nira had told him that he would soon continue his journey beyond this world, returning to his own mission. But the thought filled him with mixed emotions. When he stepped out of the chamber, Nira was waiting, her usual calm smile welcoming him. "Today you will leave our city," she said softly. "But your journey is not over. You carry what you have learned with you. That knowledge, curiosity, and respect will guide you in your world." Lauren felt a pang in his chest. He had grown so much during his time here. The lessons, the experiences, the calm energy of the city, and the guidance of Nira had changed him. He had learned to sense energy, to connect with life, and to act with understanding and compassion, but leaving now felt like leaving a part of himself behind. "Will I ever return?" he asked quietly. "Perhaps," Nira replied. "But remember, your growth does not depend on returning. The lessons you carry are alive within you. Your world will benefit from what you have learned. You are not leaving, Lauren. You are taking this city with you in your heart." Lauren nodded, absorbing her words. He had seen wonders, faced challenges, and learned more than he ever imagined possible. And now he understood that the greatest gift he could take home was not knowledge or power, but understanding. They walked through the corridors one last time. Lauren noticed the small creatures that floated alongside them, the glowing plants bending gently toward him, and the soft, shifting walls that seemed to acknowledge his presence. It felt as though the city itself was saying goodbye, and Lauren felt a deep sense of gratitude. "Before you leave, I want to show you one more place," Nira said. She led him to a high platform overlooking the heart of the city. From here, Lauren could see the flowing streets, the floating bridges, and the buildings glowing softly in the light. The energy currents moved smoothly, like rivers of light connecting everything and everyone. The city was alive, vibrant, and harmonious. "This is the center of our city," Nira explained. "Here all energy converges. It is a place of reflection, learning, and connection. When you face challenges, remember this place. Remember that understanding, patience, and cooperation can guide even the strongest forces." Lauren stared in awe. He could see every being, every stream of energy, every movement, and he understood how it all worked together. It was beautiful, not just in appearance, but in purpose. Everything had meaning. Everything had value. "I have learned so much," Lauren said, his voice filled with emotion. "Not just about your city, but about life, about connection, and about myself. I feel different, stronger, wiser." Nira smiled. "You have learned well. But remember, growth is endless. Understanding grows with every moment, every experience. You are ready to return to your world, but your journey is only beginning." They walked back to the chamber where Lauren had first awakened. His ship was waiting outside, prepared to take him back to his mission. Lauren paused at the doorway, looking back at Nira and the soft glow of the city. A warmth filled his heart, a mixture of gratitude, hope, and determination. "I will never forget this place," he said softly. "You do not need to forget," Nira said. "The lessons you carry are alive within you. Share them and you will make a difference. Humans have great potential. You have seen it. Now act on it," Lauren nodded. He felt a deep sense of purpose. The city, Nira, and all the beings he had met had shown him what was possible when knowledge, cooperation, and respect guided action. He wanted humans to see this, to learn, and to grow. As he boarded his ship, he glanced once more at the alien city. The floating bridges, glowing towers, and vibrant energy currents shimmered in the light. It was alive, harmonious, and inspiring. Lauren felt a sense of hope and determination stronger than ever before. The ship lifted smoothly, guided by energy rather than force. Lauren looked down at the city as it grew smaller, feeling the pulse of the world in his heart. He thought about the challenges he had faced here, the lessons he had learned, and the ways he had grown. He realized that he was not just returning to his mission. He was carrying a new vision, a new understanding, and a new hope for humanity. As the planet disappeared into the distance, Lauren reflected on everything he had experienced. He remembered the soft glow of the chamber, the warmth of Nira's guidance, the calm energy of the gardens, and the exhilarating challenge of stabilizing the city's energy. Each moment had taught him something important about life, connection, and growth. He thought about humans, their struggles, and their potential. If they could embrace understanding, cooperation, and respect, they could achieve great things. Lauren felt a quiet determination to share what he had learned, to inspire others to see the possibilities of growth and harmony. During the journey home, Lauren spent time practicing the energy techniques Nira had taught him. Though he was far from the alien city, he could still sense the flow of energy in his own body, in the ship, and in the stars around him. The lessons were no longer just exercises. They had become a part of him. Days passed as Lauren traveled through space. Each day he reflected on what he had learned, thinking about how humans could apply these lessons in their own world. He imagined a society where curiosity, patience, and cooperation guided actions, where knowledge was shared freely, and where understanding was valued above conflict. Lauren also thought about Nira. He felt a deep gratitude for her guidance, patience, and wisdom. She had shown him not just how to see the world differently, but how to act with purpose and compassion. He realized that humans could learn much from the way she and her people lived. Finally, Lauren's ship approached his destination. The familiar stars of his home system welcomed him. He felt a mixture of excitement and responsibility. He was returning with knowledge, experience, and hope. He knew that his journey here had changed him, and that change would influence everything he did moving forward. When he landed, he stepped out of the ship and felt the familiar gravity and air of his world. Everything seemed ordinary at first, but Lauren saw it differently. He noticed the subtle energy of life around him, the way people moved and the connections they formed without realizing. He realized that understanding and growth were possible anywhere if one looked closely and acted wisely. Lauren began to share his experiences with those he met. He spoke of the alien city, the lessons of energy, the importance of curiosity, patience, and respect. People listened with interest, inspired by his stories. Though they had not experienced it themselves, they could feel the sincerity and wisdom in his words. He also taught what he had learned about cooperation, problem-solving, and seeing challenges as opportunities to grow. He encouraged others to work together, to respect life, and to seek understanding first. Lauren felt a quiet hope that humanity could change, even in small ways inspired by the lessons he had carried from the alien world. Even at night, Lauren practiced the energy techniques he had learned. He could sense life, growth, and connection in ways he never imagined. It was not just skill. It was a new way of seeing the universe, a way of being that brought calm, strength, and clarity. Weeks passed, and Lauren continued to grow. His experiences on the alien planet shaped his thoughts, decisions, and actions. He faced challenges with patience and focus, helped others with understanding and compassion, and shared knowledge freely. Slowly, he saw change in the people around him. Cooperation, curiosity, and respect began to take root, inspired by his example. One evening, Lauren looked up at the stars, imagining the glowing city he had left behind. He felt the pulse of energy from that world still within him, a reminder of what was possible when knowledge, compassion, and curiosity guided action. He smiled, feeling both gratitude and hope. He knew that one day humans could achieve greatness, not through power or dominance, but through understanding, cooperation, and respect for life, and he was determined to help them take that first step, carrying the lessons of the alien city, the guidance of Nira, and the experience of growth and challenge within his heart. As Lauren prepared for another day, he felt a quiet certainty. The universe was vast, full of wonders and lessons. He had learned that growth, connection, and understanding were the keys to thriving, not just surviving, and he knew that humans, with their curiosity, courage, and potential, could rise to meet that challenge. With the stars above shining bright, Lauren took a deep breath and moved forward, ready to share, teach, and grow. The journey of discovery would continue, not just for him, but for all who were willing to learn. And in that moment, Lauren felt the power of hope, knowledge, and connection, carrying it into a future full of possibility and promise.